Is love stronger than a drug? Is love stronger than your own safety? We're talking all that and more on the Euphoria After Show. Let's get into it.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What up, what up, what up, y'all? We're talking Euphoria today. We got the Euphoria After Show. Like I said, it is episode 5, season 1, 03, Bonnie and Clyde. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. First off, let me do the intro. I'm Jeff, as you guys know, and I'm with two of my ride or dies right here. First off, to my left, I'm kind of mad at her right now because she didn't let me know that she's gonna be actually doing a cameo in the show. Lord. We got Chris. Why did I say Kristen? Well, Kristen. We got Kristen and Chris Horde. What's up?
Nothing. I love Drake, so I did that for him. You feel me? No.
I feel that. And Revette, who is a lover of all things HBO, how you feeling?
Yes, I'm feeling amazing. I loved the episode. I loved seeing you tonight. Oh my God, it was a nice treat.
I'm like watching the show because we watched it before this. I'm watching the show. I like look at you. I'm like, wait, what the? And just smiles like, all right, that was real cool. That was real cool. But we're also blessed to have the twins from the show. We have Tyler and Tristan Simmons right here in the house. So what's up, y'all? How you guys feeling?
Feeling good, man.
Appreciate you guys coming. You guys played Troy and Roy on the show. Yeah. So before we get into the whole show, I got some beef with y'all. So why y'all? No, I didn't even tell this at all before this. But why did y'all come at my girl Rue like that in the last episode?
I got beef with the whole Twitter about that.
How was the Twitter coming at you?
Oh my God, crazy. It's all type of ways they come at me. But I think it's hilarious though.
It is like it's fake. Like what?
Yeah, I was just saying. I know. I like Twitter, people on Twitter. They be acting like it's real. No, they're like this is your real life. They're coming at you like, don't come at me. It's an actor. We do this. This is what we're supposed to do. That's what's up. But like, how does it feel like being on such a big show, and especially working with Zendaya? Because, like, y'all are 16, right?
Yeah.
Like, y'all probably grew up watching her on TV. How's it like working with her?
Definitely. It was different.
Yeah. Definitely. Just being right up close to her, huh?
Yeah. It was a good experience because I grew up watching her. So seeing her in person, I'm like, oh, I'm working with her now? I'm on.
Yeah, you
That's what's up.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, did she, like, drop any dimes to you guys? Like, just, like, any type of recommendations or anything? Because she's been in the game for a while, and y'all just starting, but y'all already starring in one of the biggest shows out there.
I mean, when we were recording, we never really talked about the business. We always had some fun topics to talk about, like some random topics that we all, like cereal. Yeah. Like, we had a 30-minute discussion about what cereal's best. Like, we don't ever talk really about business. We are talking about random stuff.
That's good, for sure. And it's crazy that you guys started on YouTube. I saw that it said TRVP. At first I thought that was like Trap Twins. I'm like, okay, what are they doing? But actually it means like to really value positivity, right? Yeah. So what made you come up with that name and how that is like, because you guys kind of prank each other. Yeah. So how'd you come up with that name?
Well, it's like, we came up with the name around the time where like Future came out with that song, The Trap, whatever, and everybody looked at Trap as such a bad thing. Yeah. But we seen it as a perfect opportunity to be like, you know what, we could turn this into something good, so hopefully one day Trap could mean like, oh, that's positive.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's actually good thinking.
That's so cool. So you guys are really busy. You're still in high school, correct?
Yeah.
What is it like navigating high school, YouTube, and your big acting career?
It can get a little, I wouldn't say stressful, it can get a little hectic, you know, trying to balance, the homework, then I got to go do an interview, then we got to go on set, and it can be a little hectic, but, we always get it done, so it ain't no problem.
Yeah, it's because you're still in, you said, on your IMDb, it says you're still in regular school. Yeah, is that so true? Wow, that's insane. How can y'all just go from class to class without being, like, taking pictures every day?
Teachers take pictures with us all the time.
Teachers. They the ones that got to be like pushing other people away. They're like, nah, move the other kids. I got the photo. Like that's messed up.
They love taking the pictures, but you get used to it.
Yeah,
I feel that. This show is kind of polarizing in the fact that a lot of parents are not really for it, and they're like don't want their kids to see. But like a lot of the kids and a lot of the viewers love the show. So like when you were shooting it, did you think it was going to be that polarizing or that like?
Crazy.
In your face?
I feel like I did, because I feel like parents, they don't want to watch it, but kids love watching it because they can relate, because that's what's going on nowadays. You know, sadly in high school, some of the stuff is going on. So when we were shooting it, I'm like, this is gonna be a big deal because so many controversial things are happening. So
yeah, that is insane. Because it says that you guys are pretty much like the comedic relief of the show. Do you guys ever see yourselves as comedians in the future?
I wish I could tell jokes, like plan them, be like. But I'm more of an improv. I just go with the flow, right out the dome type of stuff.
I hear you. That's cool.
I feel that. And then, so you guys went from YouTube, and now you guys on like traditional media, where like TV shows and movies and stuff. Yeah. How was it making that transition? Because there's a lot of YouTube stars, a lot of social media influencers that try to get into the TVs, try to get into movies, and it's not easy.
We've been wanting to act since we were like very second grade, you know. So, once we got the opportunity, we just gonna take it all the way. Yeah. So it wasn't really hard for us because that's always something we wanted to do.
Yeah, exactly. Are there any like other twins that you guys look up to in the industry or looked at when you were in second grade? Like, we want to be like those twins or anything like that?
I didn't really know it. The only person I looked up to in like second grade was like Mike Epps, Ice Cube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, people that's like cool. That. No twins. Though.
Yeah. Are there any actors? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was about to say, like, did y'all watch like Sister Sister with Tia and Tamara and stuff like that? I know it's kind of y'all kind of young. I don't know if y'all seen that.
See, I never really tuned in to Sister Sister, a little bit on Saturday morning. But, I was always like the Martin type of guy,
Okay,
I feel
Martin,
that. Get your Saturday morning cereal, get a little bit Martin.
Get a little Martin.
I feel that. I got the Martin LeBron shoes that just came out, so I'm a big Martin.
LeBron just dropped?
LeBron dropped some Martin-inspired shoes, LeBron 16s.
See, I got to know that. You just put me on game.
Yeah, I didn't know that. They came out like a couple months ago, so I'm a big-time Martin fan. I feel you on that. But yeah, so have you guys been starstruck yet? Because you guys are in the business. You've been on Black Panther, and now you're on Euphoria. There's just some big names in those. Like, have you ever been starstruck by some of the people you worked with?
One time.
Okay, let me know.
DC, Young Fly.
Oh, okay.
Because that was like my idol since like 6th grade. Yeah. And then I did How High 2 to work with him. Mm-hmm. And it's like the first 3 shoots, I still couldn't believe it. So I was like kind of messing up a little bit. And I'm like, let me get it together. That was the only time.
That's such a surreal feeling. Yeah. Is there any actor that you would just love to work with or that inspires you?
One person that does inspire me, but I just met him like last year, is Algie. Oh yeah.
Chris McCann. That's cool. Yeah. No, cool dude.
So what? We talked about some of the jobs that you guys have already done. Any other projects that are coming down the line you guys want to tell us about?
Well, we would love to tell y'all. We can't,
not gonna give us no exclusives.
Exactly. What's good? What's going on?
Y'all will see around, next year when stuff start popping up. That's what they was talking about.
Yeah, that's live. I can tell you guys are definitely, you look up to a lot of comedians, so you're probably gonna be a lot of comedy stuff. That's like your favorite genre. Do you want to get into more comedy stuff, or do you like the drama-filled Euphoria?
I like both. Yeah. Like, I like how in Euphoria we able to be like real dramatic. Yeah. But we can crack a joke and like break it off and then go right back to being dramatic. So I like the little mix you got.
Yeah. No, that's cool. It's exciting.
Yeah, we just wanted to say we appreciate you guys being on the show and talking to us about the show and Euphoria and everything. Mm-hmm. And where can the fans find you? If they don't already know about your YouTube, plug all that.
They know.
Well, you can follow me personally on Instagram, TRISTAN.TRVP. You can follow me personally on Instagram at TYLER.TRVP. You can follow us on Instagram, TRVPTWINZ. And if you want to keep up with us on YouTube to watch hilarious videos, subscribe to us at TRVP space TWINZ Trap Twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, oh no, we're not comedians. But if you want to look for hilarious videos, I got you. I was like, they some comedians. They know what they're doing. That's what's up, y'all. We really appreciate you guys coming on the show.
Thank you for joining us.
We love talking about it, learning more about Euphoria from a backstage point of view, and just getting to meet y'all. Definitely check out those Martin 16 LeBron.
Oh no, I'm about to look.
I got them at the house. If I knew that, I would have brought them. I would have changed up. But yeah, appreciate that, y'all. But yeah, so we definitely gonna be talking more about Euphoria. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got Maddie, Nate, and Cal, that whole situation. Mm-hmm. Is Nate going to jail? Like, what's going on? Then we got Rue and Jules. And are they in love? Or is Rue in love with Jules? Is Jules in love with Rue? Because it doesn't look like it. No. And then we're also talking about Kat and all the things that are going on with her. Because she, not only is she like moving away from Ethan, she's like looking to just do whatever she wants to do. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Plus we're doing the That's So High School special segment. We got the news, we got predictions, so we got a lot of stuff going on. But just tell me, what was your overall thoughts of the episode?
I think things were coming full circle finally. Like we're seeing, the actions and the consequences and all those things kind of coming together. And the whole relationship with Rue and Jules. At first, it was like, oh, I'm excited. Now it's like, ooh, up in the air. So it's a lot. It's coming full circle. That's for the most part.
I love seeing Rue get on at her AA meeting or NA meeting talking about how she was lying before. She's been clean for 13 days. I loved that. Seeing everything with Nate and Maddie. Is that their ship name? No. Everything with Nate and Maddie. I don't know. I think he might go to jail. I love their storyline a lot, so I love that this episode was focused on their relationship, and I'm interested to see what's going to happen.
See, I'm interested as well, and I love that it was about Maddie, but like the one thing that I was like proudest of in this episode, which is kind of weird to say, but like was Rue's growth. I'm like hesitantly proud about it, or like I'm like cautiously proud about it because like we'll get into it more, but like I don't know if Jules is really like what happens if Jules leaves or something. Yeah. So there's so much to talk about with that, but we'll get into that later. Yeah. Let's talk about Maddie because this episode is all about her and the whole situation between her and Nate, and we come to find out that she doesn't even tell technically. It kind of finds out through rumors. And then that's how Nate gets in trouble, and that's when the cop comes. So what'd you think about the way he got in trouble, or the way the principal started hearing about these things?
Well, she did tell. She was just on drugs. She told one friend, and then she told one friend, she's like, oh my gosh, I don't remember telling you because I was on Molly. And then, boom. I didn't. It's crazy because I didn't realize she told their other friend because she's the one that just blasted it from the beginning. That's all like, oh, she told. But yeah, it's just that's what they get for being on drugs. Don't be on drugs, kids.
Now, do you think that she didn't remember telling her, or that she wanted to just act like it was a lie?
Cassie, I don't think she remembered.
Oh, okay.
I don't personally think she remembered. What did you get from it?
I think she did remember. I think she was just like playing a mind game, like saying like you're being crazy. She told her friends. I mean, that's like rule number one. A secret, like you don't tell anyone. Like don't tell anyone. But once you tell one person, the secret's out. Yeah. Especially in high school, like it's gonna come out. Yes, she didn't tell them with the intention of Nate getting in trouble, but it's gonna come out, people start talking, and it gets back to the principal.
Yeah, and we see her like trying to backtrack a little bit because when she gets called to the principal, she's like, no, he never did anything. No, like he never touched me. He loves me. We love each other. Even though the mom is in the corner, like, nope, we're pressing charges. I don't give a crap what you say. We're doing it. Yeah. How'd you feel about like her defending Nate, knowing that Nate is the one that made those bruises and caused all these problems?
That's a tough one. That's a really tough. I don't even know.
Yeah, I think it's a classic. Like a lot of people who are abused are sort of in denial. Like don't want to say that they are being abused because when you say it out loud, it makes it real. And I think we've seen that time and time again in movies and TV shows. And she's just so infatuated with him. I don't want to call it love. Like I think it's an infatuation that they're infatuated with each other, and they just have this crazy chemistry that neither of them can really shake.
They showed from the early beginnings of the episode that they said that she is used to having people love her, and that's it. And like I feel like she might not be getting that much love from home, and she's just stuck on him because he's giving a lot of love to her. He's showing all the affection and love, and she's just stuck with him, kind of. And also, do you think she wants to stay with him because she wants to be that housewife that she kind of talked about early in the episode? Because there's just a lot of reasons why, and I just,
No, I think it's definitely puppy love. I mean, in high school, there was always one person that you're just like attached to. I don't know about not necessarily getting love at home, but she obviously doesn't want to be like her mom. That's definitely something she doesn't want to be like. So I guess she found Nate, and they're all in love and going to the mall, and she gets flowers and things. What she sees, the opposite of what she sees at home. So I think like, oh yeah, this is what life is supposed to be about, and I think that's how she fell in love, and that's what she loves. So. That's why, and it's crazy because in the scene it said it doesn't matter what he does, I'm still gonna love him. So that's like literally that's what started off the episode. So that like really piqued in my brain, like, oh, this kind of like she's stuck on him really hard.
And it seems like the stigma of like having daddy issues seems like she sort of has some issues with that, because her and her mom are fighting, screaming at each other, and her dad's sitting there doing nothing. So maybe like the fact that Nate is so passionate and so crazy, and like maybe for her it's like showing a way that he cares, because her dad's sitting on the couch for her whole life, like literally doing nothing, being drunk.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just like you get a bad example at home, and you can't expect someone to just know exactly how to live their life the right way if you don't see a good example of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it starts at home. And speaking of starting at home, you see Cal being brought up, as in Nate's dad being brought into the school, and you already know, you can just tell from his feelings or how he looks that he's just sick, and then he goes and throws up in the bathroom. Like, I'm assuming as a viewer, he thinks it's gonna be him that's in trouble. Did you guys think that, or did you think it was about Nate?
No, absolutely, he wasn't getting in trouble, because they wouldn't bring a child molester or predator to a school. So I already knew off rip that wasn't the case. But I think it threw up. He threw up because first of all, he knows one of the girls that he did in the hotel room was at that school, and that he even like dates or talks to on these apps, these young people. So it just all came back to him like, ugh, like I shouldn't even be doing this. So like my nerves are like crazy. That's what I think it was for the most part. But yeah, when he walked to that school, I'm like, oh, he's not in trouble. I wasn't even thinking about it.
I mean, realistically, yes, of course they would never bring him if he was in trouble. But in his mind, he has a guilty conscience. So that's probably like the only thing he's been thinking about. He just had this moment with Jules at the carnival. So all the throw up was like the nerves coming out of his body, but he just sickens me. I can't. He really does. Sickens me. I mean, as a father, as a person, like,
no, yeah. So disgusting.
I feel you on that, and they kind of almost try to make him. I don't know if they try to make him, but like it comes off as like he's the innocent one, because he like confides into the guy he's looking to hook up to, and it's like almost like he's the victim and stuff. And I was like,
ew, no.
Dog, you're not the victim. But like that might be the only person he can be 100% transparent with, because no one knows his real truth.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, how do you feel like he's trying to be the victim, or is that like he just kind of confessing and then move on?
I think that he's trying to talk it out. He didn't even really care about his opinions. He just wanted to talk, He just wanted to talk it out and see how it just felt to put it out there, I feel like. Because, I don't know, I think it might come out eventually, either season 1 or season 2. This, well, it definitely will come out eventually. But I think he was like, pulling out the feels. Like, how does it feel to say, oh, I like boys or whatever? Even though, of course he doesn't want to say it because it'll ruin his life. But, it's just, I don't know, crazy.
Yeah, and then we a little bit before that we see, so it's like it's hard to see if Kyle's like, he's never gonna be the good guy, but like if he has some redeeming factors, like kind of feel bad for himself. But then you also see him with Nate, like when it's just them two, it kind of seemed like he was like telling Nate to say you didn't do it. Did it come off that way to you guys as well?
Yes, I thought it. I wasn't sure if it was just me, but he asked him twice, like, did you do it? The first time he said not really, and then he asked again and said no, I didn't. It's just so crazy. Like, if I know as a parent, yes, you want to believe your child, but I don't think, I think he knows exactly what Nate did and that he is guilty, but he's like, you're not going to say anything and we're going to cover this up and fix it. It's just so wrong. Bad parenting.
So bad parenting. But, that's how he raised him, and that's why Nate is exactly who he is. And you can tell that from them going into the hotel around the same time.
That's literally what I was going to say. Like, they are too much alike.
Yeah.
Like, oh boy even said, oh, what's up to Nate as he was walking in and stuff.
Yeah,
I was like,
crazy.
that's wild. And I honestly think Nate knew. Because
Nate knew about what?
Nate knew about his dad being there, because you see the cars drive off. I mean, most people know what their parents are driving. So like if you see that similar car and he already knows his dad is up to something fishy. So it just like he probably put 2 and 2 together, but I don't know if he
looked.
Yeah. I mean, because like he also didn't bring it up when he was with Maddie after that. And then what do you think about Maddie not only going to the motel, but she was reaching out to him for a long time.
Yeah.
She was doing like 200 texts or something, sending to him. Like, I know.
Victims.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about that?
That's what victims do. They always, I guess, obviously, they first think like, oh, it's just a one-time thing. It'll never happen again. But hopefully, maybe if it does happen again, they'll finally spark something in them to go. But a lot of times, the people who are the predators or whatever you would call them, they he's really good at making her feel bad for what he's doing. I don't know how to explain
It's like
it.
playing the victim,
yeah,
kind of.
like how he's playing the victim and trying to get in her head. Like, I'm so sorry, I know I messed up, but I'm trying to do this and that. I don't know how to explain, but like, yeah, they're just good at mind games.
Yeah.
They are. I think they're both just internally so damaged, and together they just, it's like an earthquake.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now obviously she is a victim, but she's also, I think, very manipulative as well, because she knows how to wrap him around her finger, but at the same time he's beating the shit out of her. Like,
And like, it's crazy because like you said, they're both damaged, but they're both also thinking they're in control because she thinks she's in control through the sexual ways and then doing that, and he thinks he can in control through the physical ways. So it's like you guys said, it's just an explosion. So it's weird. So I want to like leave that to you guys. What do you guys think about the whole situation, Maddie, Nate? We want to see in the comments, and we want to know because like there's so much stuff to talk about. But we love hearing from you guys. We love talking about talking in the comments with you guys, learning so much. I feel like I learned everything from them, and it's great to hear. But yeah, Rivette, tell them how much we love them.
We love you guys so much. We love when you get involved. If you are watching on YouTube, please, please, please subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up and get involved in the conversation. There are so many crazy topics that we touch on, and we love hearing from you. We learn a lot from you. If you are listening on iTunes, give this video or podcast 5 stars. And actually, we had a listener, Christina Simmons, who tweeted at us, and thank you, Christina. We wanted to give you a shout out.
Yes.
She couldn't find the podcast on iTunes, so I'm so sorry for that, but we were trying to help her out with that, and she said, I wouldn't miss your guys' show for nothing. Got my YouTube notifications on and press that subscribe and that bell. So thank you, Christina. We love you. Please keep watching, and we'll be here every week.
Yes, we love you. Give me that 5 stars. Give me the like, comment, because we're going to like you right back. But we really appreciate it. And I know one thing that's going to be in the comments for sure is the relationship between Rue and Jules. Or lack thereof relationship of Rue and Jules. How do you feel about that? Because last week we kind of talked about it a little bit, how they made out or whatever at the end of the episode, and now it seems like Rue's all in, but Jules is not. What do y'all? How do you think that's gonna work out?
It's gonna mess up their friendship. Period. I don't know how to explain, but Rue is obviously more in love than Jules is, and Jules, I don't think she likes girls. So I think this was kind of like just an experiment to see like where can it go, but obviously it's not going anywhere because you see that they both talk to their parents, and Rue was all excited like, yeah, mom, I like her, da da da, and Jules is like, nah, we're not a thing. So it's disappointing to see because Rue might go back to doing drugs when Jules finally tells her that I just want to be friends,
Yes, I 100% agree. Jules is like Rue's happiness, and she even spoke about her in her meeting, and you can't put your whole happiness and make that dependent on another person.
Amen.
Because people come and go, whether it's family, friends, relationships. It's so dangerous. Rue has to be happy within herself, and I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. I don't know how long her sobriety is going to last, and it's sad to watch because she loves Jules so much, and Jules is pushing away a little bit. Will definitely ruin their friendship.
Like she was saying, she was 13 days sober and talking about how much she loved her and everything. And that's why I said, is love stronger than drugs? She's using this as her drug. She even compared it. She's like, I love fentanyl, I love Jules, and I love, and like in that order. And she talked about other things. So it's like, is love stronger than like drugs?
Yeah, love is a drug, period. Like, and it's unfortunate. I mean, yeah, she's hooked. She keeps getting hooked on things. I guess she has an addictive personality. And now that I see that just put a light bulb up in my head that this character is talking about people with addictive personalities. They're addicted on drugs, or addicted on love, addicted on people, different things. And I hope she, at the end of at least season 1, I hope that they can give her kind of resolve in that addictive personality, so that children her age or people seeing that can see that you can get over that addictive personality.
Yeah, and we kind of see some of the adults in her life kind of warn her or caution her about that, because they kind of see it as well. Like, we know you like to attach yourself to stuff, and we see this new girl, Jules, is coming in, and then you see her mom kind of be cautious about it, and then Ali as well kind of double down on it, like with some tough love, like, look, it's not an if, it's a win. And you see her kind of struggle with that. And I was kind of happy because it kind of came off like later in the episode that she took that internally and tried to grow. And then she hit up her friend, and I believe her friend's name is. She hit up her old friend? I can't remember. Lexi.
Yes.
She hit up her old friend as Lexi and tried to bring her into the group. And I kind of took that as a way of like, oh, I need to like actually reach out and like go back to the person I used to be and actually not just be attached to one person and need that as a drug. How'd you guys think about that when you saw that?
I didn't really think anything of it. I just thought she wanted to mend her relationship. Like, you know, I'm doing better. I'm 13 days sober, and I'm becoming a better person again. Let me just reach out and be nice again, like be a better person. That's for the most part is how I thought of it.
Actually, Jazzy Jones, thank you for tuning in again. She had a comment earlier, and she said she thinks that Lexi has a crush on Rue.
Oh, that's interesting.
And apparently that's the topic of conversation on Twitter as well. And I didn't see it like that, but now that they mention it, I'm just like,
See, I didn't
get that.
I still don't get that vibe because, like, even when they were at the roller rink, Lexi talks to Jules and kind of freaks her out, which we didn't talk about more.
She really likes you.
She really likes you, and like it didn't come off as a jealous way. It came off as like a sincere way. She's like, "Look, I'm so happy that Rue is being better, and it's because of you, and I appreciate that." So that's how I took it.
Yeah,
but
it's
like,
crazy.
That would be crazy if they're right.
And then right after that, you see Jules like, all right, something like he's like she gets scared and has to use the restroom. So it's like there's so much.
It's a lot of pressure. It's crazy. All of our viewers, thank you for joining in on the conversation. Paloma Souza says Lexi likes Rue. I wonder if Rue will realize it. Jazzy Jones, I think Lexi might like Rue.
Oh, wow.
Adam Mile says Lexi is in love with Rue. I think it's gonna be a mess. It's crazy.
Wow,
So-
we all missed that.
I know.
Was a throwback? That was with Lexi, right? When they kissed, when she was. So that might. I mean, I could see it now because she was like, "Did you like it or what'd you feel about it?" She didn't. She never talked about how she felt about it. She was like, "I feel." I mean, she kind of looked awkward and then walked away.
She walked away.
I thought it was like, "Yeah, this is weird. I don't like it," but it could be the total opposite way.
Maybe it was I like that too much. I need to leave.
Maybe she's like, "What'd you feel about it?" Because I felt something weird. Maybe I need to go to the bathroom. Because I mean, people in the comments, they might know better.
Yeah.
They opening my eyes to some stuff because I definitely didn't see that.
You.
Thanks for opening our eyes. We'll definitely look at for that for next episode.
Yeah, you know what also opened my eyes is Kat and Ethan because she keeps just like pushing my guy away. I'm here for Keithan, and she's just like anti-Keithan, I guess, right now, and she doesn't even confide in him. Or she doesn't even like tell him why he's mad. And we'll talk about that in our That's So High School, but I was like, I felt like I was Ethan in that. I'm like,
girls don't tell you what you're doing wrong, right?
Just talk to me. But like, not. So how do you feel about, first off, her not talking to Ethan and then being so okay with just moving on?
I always thought that was a weird girl's trait. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of women do that. They just assume that the men should know. And no, I always talk to my significant other and tell them what they're doing wrong. And don't just assume that they know. That's kind of crazy. Women.
I'm not gonna lie. From every man, thank you. we appreciate that more than you know.
Yes.
For all women, please let us know. We don't pick up on everything, but we will if you tell us.
Pick up nothing.
Yes, let me back. We don't pick up on anything, but we will if you tell us.
Exactly.
I agree. I mean, I'm like, if I'm upset, I'm waiting for you to ask me what's wrong so I can just like tell everything. She is so, I think I put on my paper Cat WTF like 10 times tonight because she kept pissing me off.
Yeah.
She just assumed that Ethan's supposed to know what he did wrong when she's literally just assuming he did something wrong. Like she read the whole situation wrong. Her best friend calls her crying, saying, I need you.
That's so sad.
Like, I have goosebumps. And she's like, I'm busy. I'm not home. What a bad friend.
Yeah.
That's what,
Like, that was disgusting.
I literally wrote, she's a fake friend.
Yes.
So it's like,
But you can obviously tell because of that she's probably really going through something. Like this confidence building thing that she's going through is really taking a toll on her. Like she really needs this confidence. So I could tell in that moment that she really needed to get herself together. Although she could have done that in a better way. Her friend is freaking crying on the phone, but I could tell like right then I'm like, okay, yeah, this is like real deal. She really needs this confidence boost.
Yeah. Even the guy that she was with, the weirdo at the mall, was actually asking her like, what do you like to do? And she's like, we don't need to talk. Like, really? Like, Like, why?
I don't know.
It's like that exudes just like insecurities.
Yeah.
If you can't even like put on a real conversation, because he's like, even though he's like notorious and everything, he's a normal person and wanted to have a real conversation. She's like, no, I don't need this. I don't need to talk to you. Let's just get it over with.
Yeah.
It really felt like she just had a roller coaster of insecurities or something throughout the episode, because at first you see her walking through the hallways all confident, walking in the mall all confident, talking about she loves the way she looks and this, that, and the other. And then later in the episode, she's doing the total opposite, or using that confidence and then losing it and stuff. Like, how do you go from not caring about anything, loving the way you are, and then falling back in the same trap with old dude from the carnival? Like,
I don't believe her confidence.
Yes, it's like sexual confidence for some reason. I don't understand. I guess maybe she feels like an alpha female when she gets her way with men and is like, oh, I can do what I want. I can get who I want. And maybe that's the confidence boost that she gets. But, I mean, with Ethan, she's like right back down to, what she used to be like, not confident and really just, I don't know. It's just, I guess maybe she really likes him because she's not confident around him like she is everywhere else. So that's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be very interesting to see Keithan along the way.
I know, and I just want my guy, Ethan, I'm talking to you. I need you to stay strong, be with her. Kat, she's wilding out right now, but be with her. She worked it. We're long-term Keithan fans over here.
Yes, Keithan.
But like we kind of teased earlier, we're going to do a new a special segment called That's So High School. I got to tell you guys what I was when I saw the scene where I forgot who we were talking about. But yeah, when the girl was not telling the truth, or not telling Ethan. So when Kat was not telling Ethan anything, he was just sitting there. I felt so relatable. I was like, bro, they're not trying to talk about all girls, but I'm like, girls don't be telling me nothing. And I'm like, and I just go back to high school. I was like, girls never tell me nothing about, why are you talking to this person? Why are you doing this? I was like, all right, do you not want me talking? I don't know, do I? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm asking you. So like, that was my That's So High School moment. It was like, That's So High School is when we talk about a person or a character that made us relate to high school or brought us a good memory or anything. And that was mine. My guy Ethan, I felt him on that one. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, exactly.
So what would be for you guys?
This episode was kind of different.
Yeah.
I don't think I got too much of a high school memory in this one. Yeah, all of it, all of their situations in this episode, it didn't really relate to me because they just did a lot of like people not claiming each other. Like I would break up with somebody. Don't ever try to not claim me.
Facts.
And like no, I have not. And like thank goodness I've never experienced abuse. So like that every time I see like abuse on like TV, I'm really learning because I've never experienced it. So I just really have to listen to other people's opinions. So and I guess I don't really have like a That's So High School necessarily this episode.
Yeah, I know. I have one. It's kind of small though. When Rue was talking about her experience, which we finally talked about Rue's like sexual experience because I didn't know if she was a virgin or what, but she was ashamed of saying like, oh, I've only been with one person. I remember that sort of pressure in high school. Like I was like the only one of my friends who like hasn't done certain things, and people would be like, oh, what? Like you haven't? Like yeah, like why is that weird? Like, and that's like it sucks that like high schoolers feel like they should be ashamed for things they haven't done and then maybe be pressured into doing things. But that's my sort of moment that I kind of took me back to high school.
I feel that so much. I mean, because like that's girls and guys just in different ways, but they be pressured like, oh, so did you hook up with this girl? Did you do that? Do that? Sure. And then like if you're one of those people that didn't like get around in high school, then you kind of feeling insecure or something stuff. Maybe not even get around, but like if you just haven't experienced that yet, then you feel insecure about that. So there's always so many relatable scenes throughout the whole episode. Yeah. But yeah, so before we get into predictions, because we got a lot of stuff to talk about, what's going to happen, what's up in the news?
So we have a lot of news and gossip this evening, Euphorians. So on Thursday, July 11th, drum roll please, we found out that Euphoria will be renewed. Woo! Yeah, season 2 is on the way, baby. Zendaya tweeted on that day, literally just got the call. Can't say thank you enough for the support. Wow. And then Drake offsetted her Instagram post with a video and captioned it, Euphoria picked up for season 2. Obviously, smoke emoji. So yes, we're ready for season 2. Also, it seems as though we're going to a little more deeper subject. It seems as though One Direction fans are extremely angry and are petitioning a specific scene in the 3rd episode of Euphoria. So in this episode, it involved an animated Harry Styles performing oral sex on an animated Louis Tomlinson. The scene was actually a dramatization that was written by Kat in that episode, you know, when she was like writing a lot. It was during that scene. And the One Direction fans are calling it disrespectful and embarrassing for the most part. And their petition has 18,000 signatures so far. So One Direction fans are not playing, like they're like, get it off, we're not playing with you guys. And actually Tomlinson commented on the fiasco, and he said that nobody reached out to him or his camp about that scene, so that's even more upsetting. Whew, goodness. So going back to a lighter subject, because that is kind of ridiculous, you know, like nobody wants to see their self on there when they weren't asked to, especially if you're famous, like what? But anyways, recently it has also become news that Drake was cashing out on the cast at the rap party. So Drake threw a rap party for the Euphoria episodes, and Aldi Smith, the gentleman on the show, this Chris McKay, he had an interview, and he said, and I quote, he gave a lot of bread at the rap party. I won't say how much, but enough to buy a couple cars. Wow. Woo! So he gave all the main characters enough cash to buy a couple cars, plus their pay on Euphoria. Like, what is live Drake? You know, we're doing the after show just in case you're feeling a little bit more thoughtful. We're here. Please,
we're available.
Reach out.
For real though, Drake, like, hit a brother up, hit some sisters up. Let's go. Like, we love your show. We gonna be rocking season 2.
Exactly.
We'll see you soon, Aubrey. We'll see you soon, Aubrey.
Exactly. But that wrapped up the news.
Yes. So I want to ask you, because we didn't talk about this earlier. We kind of teased at the jump. How was it like shooting the show? Because you were in this one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's cool. You know, I do that for some shows. I actually done a couple things for the show. Like, I've been a production assistant, and sometimes I do if I'm I have an agency, so they're like, oh, they want like a specific look for this, so they shoot me out to different shows. So yeah, it was fun. I had a lot of fun that day. You know, just chilling I was on the scorer's table, just scoring Lil Maddie. So yeah, that was fun. It was a cool little shoot.
And it was dope to see. And I'm like, hey, I mean, I know somebody from the show, so you know, I'm a plug. Like we the cool. Like, hey, I know somebody from the show, so like, hopefully I can give me some girls or something, because I'm for sure using that. Like, that's gonna be my plug. Okay. I'm just saying. My name's Jeff. Also, I know somebody from Euphoria. So
I'm a good wingman. I got
exactly.
you.
I need that.
I love it.
I need that. But yeah, so before we leave, let's talk about some predictions. What do you think's coming up in the next couple episodes?
TV predictions.
Let's see. Wow, it's a lot. I know that. Oh no, I'm gonna say Alex. I know, but I think that Maddie and Nate. I think Nate will do something again that will not make her trust him anymore. And I feel like that will just go down the drain, because he probably will abuse her again, because that's what abusers do. I believe Rue and Jules will probably realize that they should just be friends, and Rue might spiral again. Well, she will spiral again when Jules tells her that it's not working out. And I believe that I think for the most part that's my biggest predictions. Oh, Kat, I think Maddie will probably go off on Kat, like, you're not a good friend, and they're gonna fight, and she might finally tell her friends, like, look, this is what I'm doing, and fill them all in, and then they're gonna tell her she's crazy, and we'll figure that out. But for the most part, yeah, I think those are my biggest predictions.
I'm excited to learn more about McKay and his sort of past history. I feel like he's one of the more level-headed characters in the show. We see him get influenced by his friends here and there, but for the most part, I think he really just, wants to do good, and, in football and doing college. And with Cassie, I don't think, they teased like a Halloween party in her outfit. I don't think I don't know, she was dancing with the guy from school. I feel like McKay's gonna show up at the party and be like, why are you dressed like this? And then I think he's gonna see her dancing with the other guy from the carnival, and I think there's gonna be like a showdown, because he was open and honest with her this episode, and she was like she could have said, like, you know, I made out with this guy, whatever. Of course she didn't, and the truth will always come out, and I think it's going to come out next week.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, because McKay seems genuine and all, and like every time he talks to her, even though it took him a minute to tell her that he was kind of frustrated with all the social media and all that kind of stuff, but like he seems genuine, and to see that in the trailers for next week that she's not dancing with him, something's gonna go down. Something's going down with that. And then I definitely see Rue and Jules kind of, something's gonna break up with that, because Jules is probably gonna let her know, like, hey, like, this is just, we're just friends. And we kind of see Rue like breaking down in the trailer. I'm just hesitant to say that she's gonna go all the way to using drugs again. I'm thinking she's gonna, I'm optimistic. I'm hoping she's gonna run to Ali. Yeah. Because Ali kind of teased it. It's not an if, it's a win. So I'm hoping that she's going to go to Ali, and I think Ali's going to be a huge impact. Hopefully. But we'll all see. We'll see next week. But before we go, where can they find you guys at?
You can find me at Rivette Sorrell on all social media platforms.
And you can find me on Instagram at the Chris Exclusive.
And you guys can follow your boy at JeffWill_Jr. on all social media platforms. Thank you guys for tuning in. The Euphoria After Show. We are back here next week for another episode. So stay tuned, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you
Bye.
later.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.